In a sport that thrives on drama, power, and heart, few have captured the attention of the British boxing scene quite like Daniel Dubois. Nicknamed Dynamite for his explosive punching power, Dubois' journey from the streets of South London to the global boxing stage is nothing short of remarkable. From his teenage debut to becoming a heavyweight contender, his story is one of resilience, skill, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. But behind the gloves lies a young man of quiet determination, fighting not just for titles, but for a legacy that will last through the ages. Early life and beginnings. Daniel Dubois was born on September 6, 1997, in Greenwich, London. Raised in South London, he grew up in a working-class family, where his father, Dave Dubois, played a pivotal role in shaping his future as a boxer. From a young age, Daniel's father recognized his son's potential in sports, particularly in boxing, and was determined to steer him in the right direction. Boxing was a family affair, as Dubois' younger sister, Caroline Dubois, also took up the sport. Caroline would later go on to achieve her own success as an amateur boxer, making waves on the international stage. With boxing ingrained in the family's life, it was only natural that Daniel would be drawn into the sport. As a child, Daniel was described as quiet and introverted. His father enrolled him in boxing classes at the age of 9, hoping the sport would help him channel his energy and build confidence. The young Dubois quickly took to the sport, and by the time he was a teenager, it was clear he had found his calling. Dubois trained at the famed Peacock Gym in Canning Town, East London, a place known for producing numerous boxing talents over the years. Under the guidance of experienced trainers, Daniel honed his skills, focusing on developing his powerful right hand, which would later become his signature weapon in the ring. By the time he was in his mid-teens, Dubois was already making waves in the amateur scene. His early promise in the ring was unmistakable, as he displayed a combination of natural athleticism, power, and an imposing physical presence. At 6 feet 5 inches, 196 centimeters, with a reach of 78 inches, 198 centimeters, Dubois had the physical attributes of a top heavyweight even before reaching adulthood. Amateur career. Dubois' amateur career, although relatively short, was marked by success and progression. Despite not competing extensively at the amateur level, his raw talent was clear to anyone who watched him fight. His aggressive style and devastating knockout power quickly made him one of the most feared young fighters in British boxing. During his amateur days, Dubois earned multiple national titles, solidifying his reputation as one of the top prospects in the heavyweight division. He represented Great Britain in international tournaments, where he gained valuable experience competing against top fighters from around the world. One of the highlights of his amateur career came when he trained alongside the British Olympic boxing team in preparation for the 2016 Rio Olympics. Although Dubois was still young and inexperienced compared to some of the other members of the squad, his performances in sparring sessions raised eyebrows. However, despite his obvious potential, Dubois decided to forego an Olympic path and instead turned professional at the age of 19. Turning professional. In 2017, Daniel Dubois made the decision to turn professional under the guidance of Frank Warren, one of the most prominent boxing promoters in the UK. At just 19 years old, he was stepping into a highly competitive heavyweight division, but there was no shortage of confidence in his ability to make an immediate impact. Dubois' professional debut came on April 8, 2017, against Marcus Kelly. It took him just 35 seconds to dispatch his opponent with a brutal knockout, announcing his arrival on the professional stage in emphatic fashion. The speed and power with which he dismantled Kelly sent a clear message. A new heavyweight contender had arrived. Dubois followed up his debut victory with a string of quick knockouts, earning the nickname Dynamite for his explosive punching power. His second fight, just a month after his debut, ended in a second-round knockout, and he continued this trend throughout his early professional career. Over the next year, Dubois racked up an impressive number of wins, all of which came by way of knockout, capturing the attention of boxing fans and pundits alike. Early professional success and rise through the ranks. As Dubois continued to build his resume, he began to step up the level of competition. In July 2017, he won his first title, the Southern Area Heavyweight Championship, by defeating Mauricio Barragan with yet another knockout. His dominance in the ring was becoming increasingly evident, as few opponents could withstand the sheer power and pressure he brought. By 2018, Dubois had firmly established himself as one of the top prospects in the heavyweight division. His performances led to comparisons with some of the greats of British boxing, with many speculating that he could one day follow in the footsteps of champions like Lennox Lewis and Frank Bruno. In October 2018, Dubois won the vacant English heavyweight championship by defeating former Commonwealth Games gold medalist Tom Little. The fight showcased Dubois' growing maturity in the ring. While he still possessed his trademark power, he demonstrated better ring generalship, patience, and defensive awareness, proving he was more than just a knockout artist. British and Commonwealth heavyweight champion. In 2019, Dubois' star continued to rise as he targeted the British and Commonwealth heavyweight titles, both of which were traditionally seen as stepping stones to world championship contention. On July 13, 2019, Dubois faced fellow British heavyweight Nathan Gorman for the vacant British heavyweight title. The fight was billed as a major domestic clash between two undefeated prospects, and the stakes were high. The bout with Gorman was expected to be one of Dubois' toughest tests, but once again, Dynamite lived up to his name. Dubois dominated the fight, dropping Gorman in the third round before finishing him off in the fifth with a brutal knockout. The victory not only secured the British title, but also earned Dubois widespread acclaim as one of the most exciting young heavyweights in the world. Later that year, Dubois added the Commonwealth heavyweight title to his collection when he defeated Ebenezer Teta with a first-round knockout in September 2019. By this point, Dubois was beginning to gain recognition outside of the UK, with many international boxing fans and analysts taking note of his remarkable rise. The showdown with Joe Joyce. As Dubois continued to dominate his opponents, many in the boxing world began to clamor for a high-profile showdown between him and Joe Joyce, another undefeated British heavyweight. The fight was seen as a potential turning point for both fighters, with the winner expected to move into world title contention. Dubois and Joyce were originally scheduled to face each other in April 2020, but the fight was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. After months of anticipation, the two finally met in November 2020 in a highly anticipated bout. Going into the fight, Dubois was considered the favorite by many due to his youth, power, and previous performances. However, Joyce, a former Olympic silver medalist, was known for his toughness, durability, and relentless work rate. The fight was billed as a clash of styles, with Dubois' explosive power pitted against Joyce's relentless pressure. The fight itself lived up to the hype, as both men had their moments throughout the contest. Dubois started strong, landing heavy shots and winning several early rounds, but Joyce's jab proved to be a key weapon. As the fight wore on, Joyce's consistent jabbing caused significant swelling around Dubois' left eye. In the 10th round, with his eye almost completely closed, Dubois took a knee after absorbing another jab from Joyce and was counted out by the referee. It was later revealed that Dubois had suffered a fractured orbital bone and nerve damage around his eye, which forced him to make the difficult decision to end the fight. The loss was a major setback for Dubois, who faced criticism from some quarters for not continuing the fight. However, others praised his decision, recognizing the severity of the injury and the long-term risks involved. Comeback and rebuilding. Following the defeat to Joe Joyce, Dubois faced a crossroads in his career. The loss had exposed vulnerabilities, but it also provided valuable lessons for the young fighter. Dubois took time to recover from his injuries, undergo surgery, and reflect on the fight. In 2021, Dubois returned to the ring with a renewed sense of purpose. He teamed up with a new trainer, Shane McGuigan, in an effort to refine his skills and address the weaknesses that had been exposed in the Joyce fight. Dubois made his comeback in June 2021, facing Bogdan Dinu for the WBA interim heavyweight title. In a commanding performance, Dubois knocked out Dinu in the second round, putting the Joyce defeat behind him and signaling his return as a serious contender in the heavyweight division. Later that year, Dubois traveled to the United States for his next fight, where he faced American heavyweight Joe Cusimano on the undercard of the Jake Paul vs. Tyron Woodley fight. Dubois once again showcased his devastating power, knocking out Cusimano in the first round. The road ahead. As of 2024, Daniel Dubois remains one of the most exciting and promising heavyweights in the world. Having rebuilt his career after the loss to Joyce, Dubois is once again in the conversation for a potential world title shot. His combination of power, athleticism, and determination makes him a formidable opponent for anyone in the division. Dubois' journey is far from over, and many believe that he has the potential to become a world champion in the near future. His story is one of resilience and growth, a testament to the mental and physical toughness required to succeed at the highest level of professional boxing. Daniel Dubois' rise from a quiet South London boy to a British heavyweight sensation is a story of dedication, power, and perseverance. Throughout his career, he has shown the ability to learn from setbacks, grow as a fighter, and come back stronger than ever. As he continues to pursue his dream of becoming a world champion, there is no doubt that the Dynamite will leave a lasting mark on the world of boxing.